Where in the 11th chapter, 37th shloka of the Bhagavad Gita, Kasma Janeta Namare Mahatma Gariyase Brahmano Abhyadi Karte Ananta Devesha Jagat Nivasa Tvam Aksharam Sadasat Tat Paramyat. Oh great one, who stands above even Brahma, you are the original master. Why should they not offer their obeisances unto you? Oh limitless one, who reveal the universe, for the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcended to this material manifestation. Recently, we had gone to meet somebody, and he said that, in front of him, somebody from some religion, you don't know name religions because then it becomes converted one person, Hindu to that religion. Can't you do something about it? And he was very upset. You understand? And today I read a newspaper, somebody has done like, and being some bodily identification. So felt very sad. People are helpless. And also it goes on, people do this way, that way. Somebody has done other way around or reverse. And they we converted hundreds of them. But actually, just go a little deeper. There are two kinds of atheism. One is called direct, one is called indirect. What direct atheism is there, where we deny God. Just like mostly nowadays, ministers take pride in that. Somebody spent a night in the Shamshan Ghat, one minister, and he said, see, all these are superstition. And he's saying, I am such a rich man, I have 600 crore turnover. You read that? Lakshman? Nodilla. Newspaper read Madhya? Some Dodda. And he's saying, Dodda Nodi, Namge 600 crore turnover is there. I have 600. But I'm not worshipping Lakshmi. Bill Gates is the richest man in the world. He's not worshipping Lakshmi. It's a mythology. Correct? So this person is actually honest. He's a direct atheist. We can deal with them. There are ways to deal. But it is very difficult to deal with a person who's an indirect atheist. Now let us understand what is the indirect. Just like they say, it is very easy to wake up a man who's sleeping. But difficult to wake up a man who's pretending to sleep because he keeps sleeping. He's not sleeping actually, he's pretending. So you can't wake him up. Erudu prakara nastika is direct or the indirect. Direct is a straight head. Namge vishwas illa, idu mithya is. Indirect is something very funny. In indirect, what happens? I'll explain what is indirect. How does it come? It's very deep. Just like, say your body is there. Okay? Now you can say this hand is Lakshmi Narayan. It belongs to the stomach is also Lakshmi Narayan. It belongs to you. But you, soul is different from this body. You know that in medical also this is a joke, no? We many times discussed. Till the time the patient is in the hospital, they will say, doctor will say, yeah, Lakshmi Narayan is there. But, God forbid, we leave the body, they say the body is there. The doctor, the head is Lakshmi Narayan. The body is there. You got that principle? You explain that again. You explain that. So same way, actually, we see this hand is me. You can say this is me. But at the same time, it is generating. I can say this is Namineshwar, this hand belongs to Namineshwar. But the point when I am not in the body, this identification goes away. It loses any identification with me when I am out of the body. I am more than the body. The soul is more than the body. Now when we are studying Vishwarupa, the same prakara, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, that also is a joke actually. Krishna says, I am this, I am this, I am this. And Krishna says so many things. Among the Pandava, Arjuna, among the warriors, Kartikeya. Krishna gives a total list of that. So somebody went to one devotee and he said that, Krishna is so proud. No? So proud. Allah, he said, I am that. So he said, what do you do anyway? So I'm a general manager in the bank. Why don't you say you are the peon of the man? So no, that will be lie, no? The lie, I'm a general manager. So it's a similarly, if Krishna says, I'm not everything in this world, that's a lie. He is everything and he is more than that. So when people get lost to this impersonal aspect of God, that is another kind of atheism. They don't understand God is beyond this manifestation. Because Atma is there in the body, this body is having some functions. When Atma is not in the body is useless, therefore Atma is more important than the body. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, no? Bhumi apo anulo vayu, kam mano buddhi evacha ahankara ityamte bhinna prakriti ashtadha. Yeah? You know, Ashtadhatu is this word is made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. Krishna says beyond this, the soul is there. Yeah? Soul is higher than this. Why it is higher? The soul is not there, body has no meaning. In fact, in the city, if souls are not there, the city is just lump of flesh. Correct? A lump of some matter. The waste. Because the soul is there. Mavai amsha jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana mana shashtani indriyani prakritisani karishati. Because the souls are there, the body is having a meaning, the city is having a meaning. The souls are having some desires and they are doing different activity. The matter cannot do any activity on its own. Matter has no creative capacity. Matter cannot organize itself and do anything. Matter cannot have desires. Matter cannot have ambition. Matter is dead. Just like another way, the hand cannot know me, but I can know the hand. Correct? The hand can know me. It's dead. But I can know this hand is there, these fingers are there. I can know it. And I can touch, I can feel. I can know something about the hand. But hand cannot know anything about me. So part cannot know anything about the whole. So therefore, and on top of it, Krishna is beyond the whole. Can I explain to you? Krishna is beyond the whole. So it is not possible for a soul to know God by the thesis itself. Philosophically, the created can never know the creator. It is not possible. Philosophically, it is not possible. So matter anyway cannot come in contact with God. Matter is dead. The soul can. But it has to first understand the paradox. Just like Queen Kunti says in the Bhagavatam, no? What is the prayer? She says, Namaste Purusham Tvatyam Ishvara Prakriti Parah Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam Antarvahi Avashtita Maya Javanika Acharnam Agna Adokshajam Avayam Nalakshase Modadrisha Nato Natyadharo Yatha. Correct? This is the second shloka. Queen Kunti prays. So she says very nicely, I think now we can do Queen Kunti on Sunday afternoon. So what she says is that you have, even though you are both inside and outside of everything, if Krishna says, Aham Atma Guda Kesha, he is the soul of the soul also. At the same time, Anoraniya Mahato Mahiya is beyond the material manifestation also. Bhada, Vikata, Sampati. Very difficult. Even though he is both inside and outside of everybody, but we can't know it. Why? She gives explanation in the next. See, in the Vedic time, everybody is full of realizations. It's called Gyan. Actually, if you see Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter is on Gyan. Om Gyanat, we also say, what is this Gyan? Actually, in this word, knowledge is not there. You know, some colleges are written, knowledge is power. Right from peon to principal to owner of the college, this much Gyan is not there. All the fools. The cheap people actually. People taking bags, luggage. And somehow, when you do the drama, we think we are going to receive knowledge. But you go and sit and waste your time. There is no knowledge actually. There is no knowledge taught anywhere. You can openly challenge. No Gyan. Forget Vigyan. Vigyan is tough. They have small nonsense they do in the laboratory, they call it Vigyan nowadays. Vigyan is still bigger. Can you define Gyan? Anywhere the Gyan is. Bahunam Janavanamante Gyanavan Ma Prapadyate. Even if suppose somebody was studying matter, even that I include in Jnana, because Jnana means God, soul and matter. It includes all the three. Krishna says if you are studying even sincerely even knowledge, Ma Prapadyate Swarupa. They are actually first class hypocrites. who have no interest even in studying matter. They make a show. They can catch any teacher. You just scan him little, he is the number one hypocrite who has actually no interest to study the subject which he is making a show is study. Actually, if he was even interested to study metallurgy, he has to come to God. Krishna says that. Bahunam janamanamante jnanavan mam prapadate. He will come to me. Actually, there is no knowledge. Simply cheating going on. So anyway, then how do you solve this? So understand, there are two kinds of atheism. One is direct, one is indirect. Direct atheism is very simple. Person says, I don't know God, I don't accept God. It's, at least we know, person is honest. And we know his position. But the one, and it can be handled, it can be preached to us. But there is something called indirect atheism, which we cannot have, which is very dangerous. It is even dangerous to hear that, because we have the tendency, in which a person compares himself to God. He pulls himself up and he pulls God down. One person clearly says, I don't know God, I don't accept God. Okay, we give him information, some understanding. But this is coming out of jealousy. See, it's very difficult. Say, one man says, Lakshmanan Kotila. I don't know him. So I tell the person is there, he's a nice person and all. The person will accept him. Yeah, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ time with the expect mark. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. But if he is envious, what is a Kannada? Dvesha ಇದೆ, ಬಹಳ difficult. ಎಷ್ಟು effort ಮಾಡಿ, it will not go. Yeah? So when dvesha comes, that comes indirect, because he uses even the scripture which is openly glorifying Krishna to deny Krishna. That's the Prabhupada says, Bhagavad Gita minus Krishna. They are actually like Kamsas. They want to kill Krishna philosophically through his own book. Through his own book. Krishna is openly declared in Bhagavad Gita, I am the Supreme Lord. Bhoktaram yagnatapasam sarvaloka mahesharam aham advidevanam aham sarvasa prabhava. He is openly declared. At least don't use Bhagavad Gita to say Krishna is not there. They use Bhagavad Gita to say God is not there. They're dangerous. These are dangerous. These because he is envious. Therefore Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, don't tell this knowledge to people who are envious of me, who are sensuous, who are interested in sense enjoyment, who are envious. Don't tell this knowledge to me, because it will not help. Sensuous man, why it will not help? Because too sinful. Envious man, why it will not help? Because as much you tell, his anger will only increase. So we have to, be very careful. And the danger is, we also left Krishna because of envy. And if we hear a dvesha jana, namge dvesha padta. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Mayavada bhasha huve sarvanasha. Because Krishna is not some theory, he is a person. So we do not go to personal envious of Krishna, because it is not good for us. It's not the philosophically. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard Sarva Bhattacharya, Prakashananda Saraswati, both biggest, we can say, the people who are impersonalist. But he convinced both of them. But he's God. For 7 days, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard Sarva Bhattacharya. 7 days, he was silent. He did not say one word. So Sarva Bhattacharya, after 7 days, actually he was dealing very affectionate with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, at such a young age you have taken sannyasa. I want to teach you Vedanta, because otherwise you will break your sannyasa. You should have more jnana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay. He said, every day he used to come to temple, Jagannath temple, or some part of Jagannath temple. And he used to start his Sarva Bhattacharya, was the biggest scholar of Jagannath temple. Sarva Bhattacharya, mane nodidara Jagannath. Next time, actually one visit is second visit, third visit, all idea padta. First visit after 1 year, 90% is the full. Second visit, all idea. Sarva Bhattacharya later became a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya. So then, after 7 days he spoke, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu silently listened. He did not say yes or no, just listening. Then after that, he told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, did you understand? If you did not understand, why don't you clarify? Why are you just sitting like a fool? And he was like rather scolding that child, like a scold. If you have any doubts, you got to clarify. Just sitting like this, I don't know whether you understood one word. Now, why did you behave like this? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, if you don't mind, I like to say something. He said, okay, please tell. He says, you are given the explanation, but your explanation is agitating my mind. Why you are hiding the glories of the Lord? Just like you say here, Arjuna is openly, he is the one who heard Bhagavad Gita, he is glorifying Krishna clear. Now Arjuna is the first student of Krishna. If Arjuna what he has understood, you cannot bypass that. That is not Bhagavad Gita. Then you don't pick up Bhagavad Gita. If you have no respect for Bhagavad Gita, don't quote or speak on Bhagavad Gita. You speak your own thing. Why you are using Bhagavad Gita to deny Krishna? There can be no offense more than that. You know? Bhagavad Gita is open glorification of Krishna. Every shloka is a glorification of Krishna. Krishna directly is glorifying or Arjuna is glorifying. Where you can pick up Bhagavad Gita to deny Krishna, this is indirect atheism. This is dangerous to handle. Better to avoid in the neophyte stage. Generally, even if you said a Mahabhagata will fall down if he hears an impersonal, it's because of the dvesha. Because the dvesha is contaminated. When I am jealous to somebody, I can make other person also jealous. You also get, Therefore, generally people avoid. True, acharyas don't mind, but generally it is expected. We ignore them. Generally we ignore. Upeksha. I said there are 4 kind of people. We should deal 4 kind of people differently. First kind of person is Ishvara Tadadinesha. First kind of person is Ishvara. For him, we have prema. In this world, we can't deal with everybody in the same way. We deal with different people in the different way. That is called knowledge. The first kind of person is the Lord. Love. And nothing else. For the Lord, we have only love. My Lord, you are so kind to me. You are my maintainer. But I have nothing to offer you. Just some gratitude. I can at least offer some obeisances. That is how we offer obeisances. That is the moment. I have nothing. What we can offer to Krishna? At least, my Lord, I am your servant. Please accept some obeisances from me. That's all. Just like the example is given when Rukmini, there was a Brahmana who went and gave the message of Rukmini to Krishna. He came back. Krishna brought him back in the chariot and told him to go and meet and tell her I have come. So he told her, Krishna has come. Now he did a service to Rukmini. He's a Brahmana. She wants to give him some dakshina, but she had nothing at that time. She just paid obeisance. So Prabhupada says, yes, that's our culture. Just the obeisance can satisfy a person. You don't have to give him anything. It can fully satisfy a person. That's our culture. So, the same way, what we can give to Krishna? Because everything belongs to Krishna, you can give nothing to offer to him. Offer an obeisance. Lord, I am your servant, please take care of me. Give me your mercy, give me some jnana, real jnana. People have cheated me in the name of jnana, told me so many things. And I neither any vijnana. Give me some knowledge, give me some realization. Let me be fixed at your lotus feet as your servant. That is the obeisance. That is called obeisance. And also we introduce ourselves as a servant of Acharya, that is still better. Because actually, the devotees who are trying to glorify the Lord are very dear to the Lord. Very dear to the Lord. If you introduce yourself as the servant of the Acharya, that is even better. Therefore, when we do obeisance, we chant the Prabhupada Pranamata, Namo Vishnupadaya, because we are learning from him. He is not charging anything from us. He is Acharya. He is kindly explaining. Took so much effort to explain. I have gratitude, I learned something. That is a bond of love. We are spiritual children in that way. Yeah. So where we were? I'm just sidetracking. You are in touch? So now anyway, so it is coming to the direct and indirect atheist. Now coming to the main point which I started with, somebody said. Actually, I told a few days ago also, most of the people in this world are atheist. It may be any religion, Hindu, Muslim, Christian. All are actually atheist. Even by the activities they are doing, we can know that when they have time, they don't worship the Lord, they do something else. Actually, they are atheist. Now, in that, there are 2 kinds of atheists. One is just a rubber brand atheist who say that, they just say, I am this religion, that religion, but they have no love for God in their heart. And religion means Savai Pumsa Paradharma, Bhagavatam given the certificate how to recognize. You may follow any religion, that doesn't matter. Savaya pumsa paradharma, yata bhakti adhokshite. You develop love for the Lord. How do you know you develop? Ahituki, causelessly, apratiyata, without any break, you serve the Lord. And then what happens? Yatma suprasidati. Because of that, your heart is full of bliss. That's the natural return from the Lord. When you serve the Lord without any purpose and without any break, not the 5 minute ho gaya puja, let me do anything now. Then, when you sincerely serve the Lord, then the Lord is pleased. And your connection with the Lord is, you become pleased when the Lord is pleased. As stomach is filled, then finger gets nourished. That logic. So in the same way, actual theist is not easy to get. So converting one kind of atheist to another kind of atheist, what's the fun in it? What's the news about it? What is to feel sad or happy about it? Is irrelevant. But then can I convert an atheist to theist? No sir, it is not easy. Krishna Shakti Vina Na Hoye Parivartana. Both are needed. Just like if you want to give something to somebody, knowledge, that person should also be capable to understand it and you should be capable to deliver it. Krishna Shakti Vina Na Hoye Parivartana. To make a person from atheist to theist requires Krishna Shakti, requires empowered by the Lord. Just by some political vendetta, just like sometimes you hear, they give some money, some piece of land, and that person has converted, the convert agita this religion, other religion, correct? Jana haya marta rahe, some tamasha barta rahe, sometimes galata barta rahe. It's a waste of time. One form of atheist got converted to another form of atheist. One brand was there, another brand is there. Both of them are atheists actually. Hypocrites, not believers. So, and if there are other people in the religion, but their understanding is impersonal, that is more dangerous atheist. Some people say God has no form. He's a dangerous atheist. He is worse than an atheist. Because they quote Shastra for that. They will quote different scriptures for that. Dangerous. All the religions are glorification of personality of God. Where you can bring impersonalism in God, it's a kind of atheism actually. Dangerous atheism. Because you're bringing the scriptures to support it. Prabhupada gave a very good example. If I say one person is there, person is not there, okay. Then I'll produce a person and he says, yes, I am sorry, he is there. Somebody say he's not there in the class. I say, no, he's there, just look. I say, oh. But there is another form which says, yes, the person is there. But it doesn't have eyes, it doesn't have nose, it doesn't have ears, it doesn't have tongue. It doesn't have hand, it doesn't have legs. It is indirect way of saying, just like in Hindi we say, ye gunga, ye bahera, ye andha, ye lula, ye langada. Is it worship or is it insult? It's an insult actually. It is better than the man saying, I am not there. Okay, I will ignore it. Okay. But to say he's there, but is anga, it's basically accepted and then make it zero. Go roundabout the way and make it zero again. Basic principle is atheism again. This is very dangerous, and all the religions today actually are on that platform. Openly. All of them are atheists. All. Bundle them. All are impersonals. They don't agree personality of God beyond this manifestation. It's like in Krishna is showing the Vishwarupa, but outside the Vishwarupa, Krishna is standing. Krishna is beyond the Vishwarupa. All the mental energies are energies of the Lord. He exists independent of it. That's what given in Vishnu Puran. Ekasthane sitas agni, josna vistarini tatha, tatasya brahmana shakti, sarvedam akhilam jagat. So very nice. This actually defeats the impersonal idea from the Shastra. It says just like sun is in one place, but or fire is in one place, Agni, it distributes heat and light. The same way, the Lord, but sun is not dissolved or destroyed because of that. Correct? We can understand. It's an example. Sun is also material in the way, but we see sun is every day giving heat and light, but not the sun is finished now. It's there. The same way, because actually the Lord cannot be duplicated. In the material world nothing exists, but it's an idea game. The sun is also limited. Because Ishopanishad says what? Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. Correct? It doesn't say or not. It says even though, oh Purnamadaha, the God's kingdom is complete. Purnamidam. This word is also complete because it's not that now for air we have to go to moon or so simply Mars. They're wasting their time actually. You don't have to do that. Oh Purnamadaha Purnamidam. Purnamudachyate. Whatever he makes complete. He makes a tree complete. You don't have to do something for it. Actually, we have only disturbed. And half knowledge is the dangerous thing. Without completely knowing the arrangement of the Lord, like today they're saying, genetically modifying the seeds and all, actually they're disturbed. They're disturbing the nature. Just like now they find Indian cows have become so valuable now. A lot of countries want to import them. Because all what they had was genetically modified. They make it milk like a machine, but then they get disease like anything. And to maintain them, you have to feed them 1 ton of food. But here they live, they are very resistant to diseases, they give very high quality milk, and by nature they are very manageable. You know? So you may do some kind of modification, but then you end up with something else. Like somebody was telling you the joke, somebody said he bought a nice banana, such wonderfully looking banana, but there was no taste in it. What is the use? You can change the coloring, you forget the main essence of banana was the sweet taste. In modifying the banana to give it long look and all, easily people buy it in mall. You ended up giving a banana which has no taste. So it is like that. Without knowing the complete arrangement of the Lord, when you are playing with it, actually, you are foolish man. So Krishna is explained. So Purnat Purnamudachyate. Even though unlimited complete is coming out of Krishna, Krishna remains as it is. Krishna is not reducing. Correct? Krishna reduces that. So even though unlimited energies are coming out of Krishna, Krishna is as it is. This is difficult to handle because there is nothing in the matter which can show this phenomenon. In the matter, if I take a paper and I make it in 20 pieces, the paper is finished. But Krishna, even though unlimitedly multiplying into millions of expansions, all energies are coming out of it. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Vishishyate. It remains complete as it is. There is no reduction in it. It as it is. This because it is difficult to handle for materialists when they approach the scriptures, and also they have envy for the Lord because scripture is only glorification of the Lord. They tend to twist the words of Krishna. But interesting thing is Bhagavad Gita is so well composed in 700 verses. When you do that, you will contradict yourself after next few shlokas later. It's so well done, you cannot escape. So if you study a commentary, we can tell you where all you have outrightly contradicted yourself. It's not difficult. Okay, so anyway, so understand this shloka that even the Devatas, Arjuna is saying, are glorifying Krishna, and he says it's rightly done. It's rightly done. It's not that it's artificial. Out of fear they're doing, out of love they're doing. Whenever Krishna appears, all the Devatas come. See, it's there in every avatar. We read the story of Vamana avatar. Allah Devata Bhagavad. Allah Devata. Correct? Sun god utters and the guy, sun god himself utters guy. And the Durga is giving him something. Everybody is gifting him something. Prithu Maharaj came at the Bhagavatam again Allah Devata Bhagavad. Narsimha Dev came, Allah Devata Bhagavad. They don't come out of fear like in this world, they come out of protocol. If Prime Minister comes, even though Chief Minister, they will not like him. Probably Karnataka doesn't never like. But still, he has to come as a protocol. The same way, it is not intentional. They come out of love. That is why they are Devatas. Krishna doesn't give this pose. Particularly the top pose, there are pure devotees. Vishnu Bhakti Bhavai Deva. All the Devatas are Vishnu Bhakta. Asurata Viparyaha. Moment somebody is not inclined to worship the Lord is called Rakshas. Whatever he may be very powerful like Ravana is called a Rakshas. So-called materially successful man has no value. Has no value actually. And there is a shloka which says, Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Shastram Tapaskriya Apranasya Dehasya Mandalam Lokaranjana. If Bhagavad Bhakti is lacking in an individual or in a society, Jati Shastram Tapaskriya, whatever the society may show, great, oh, we belong to this country. Some people are very proud. Shastra, they may quote, oh, we have, this is our Grantha, or these are our knowledge we have created, so many Nobel Prizes we got. Tapas, whatever hard work they have done, Kriya, whatever big wonders they have created, all that, apranasi. Bhagavad Bhakti Henasya Jati Shasana Tapaskriya, then apranasi dehasya. It is just like a dead body. Who appreciates? Mandalam Lokaranjana. Only fools will appreciate. Correct? You appreciate this point. When we discussed it many times, when some person dies in poor families, whole life he has nothing to eat, wearing torn clothes. But when he dies, they put lipstick in him, give him some fresh clothes, and they see how nicely he's smiling. Who is this? Dead man we can believe. So who is enjoying? Some fools. So similarly, society is actually dead unless Bhagavad Bhakti is brought into an individual. So depriving Bhagavad Bhakti and depriving a person to scientifically learn Bhagavad Bhakti, correct, is actually the malady of the society today. Malady. That's a great deficiency in the society today. People are hesitating to personally learn. Because if you don't learn, you can't give. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says what? Janma sartha kari karo paropkara. First you be convinced. Then you can convince somebody. You cannot convince somebody unless you are convinced. Okay, so then society can progress. So to give Krishna Bhakti, to give real God consciousness, that requires blessings of the Lord, special empowerment of the Lord. Other things are easy. It's all nomenclature, I am this, I am that. There is no need. It's all tamasha going on with no meaning. And both many people, they spend crores for this tamasha. Meaningless tamasha. No meaning. Waste of time. Either way, you see, there are people who make so much talk about this, so much fear they create about this. Meaningless actually. Okay? So we should, rather than instead of all this rubber stamping, Prabhupada said, why should I say some Prabhupada? You see the ISKCON movement itself. There are millions of followers. But have you ever said one person has converted to Hinduism or something? No. We have nothing to do with that actually. We rather say we are not Hindus, openly say. We are followers of Krishna, the Supreme Lord. And our objective is to make a person lover of God. Doesn't matter in which religion is teaching. In essence, every religion is teaching us to become a lover of God. Details, we have some discussion. Actually, details may slightly vary according to time, place, and sometimes the details are misunderstood also. But essence is, there is no dispute. All the religions say love God, obey God, and God is great. But details, how do we accomplish that? And what are the details of the glories of the Lord? How we are connected to God? We have to carefully study. Okay? And not that everybody will take you to the same length. Recently there was a big talk. India's foreign affairs minister, which is among the top 5, declared the Gita should be declared. We will declare our Gita soon as a national book. Definitely, it's Prabhupada said it should have happened not now in 1947. Prabhupada said not now. When Pakistan declared Quran as their book, there was no hesitation. Whole division was on the basis of relation. So they could have openly said, yes, then we accept Gita as our relation. And you don't like, oh, there is a place. You can't allow people to live without relation. You can't allow that. That's very strange actually. Very strange. And Gita was produced in India. That book is a national treasure of knowledge. It's not a book of relation. It's the greatest book of knowledge. Gyan. It has nothing to do with this nonsense, rubber stamp religion of the world today. It has nothing to do, including it has nothing to do with the present day Hinduism. It has nothing to do, because it is not following. It has also nothing to do with the other religions of the world. It is beyond that. It's a Prabhupada says, it is the postgraduate religion for the whole world. It is not graduate, it is a postgraduate religion. Because it is talking about soul. It is not talking, I am this religion, that religion. You have to go above this. It is talking beyond the nationality. It is talking beyond anything. It's a very unique gift by Krishna to the whole world. It's a book of knowledge. And appreciating Bhagavad Gita will actually, Prabhupada says, stick on this path. Because if you come to the personalism, if you become theist if you read Bhagavad Gita. Because you don't have a hope from any other way today. There are no, and even then the question was put to her, which interpretation of Gita is going to take? You say Gita is a national book, but there are 1,000 or 10,000 interpretations. Of which one are you going to select? It's a confusion. No. There is a way. Gita has in itself written how it has to be studied. Just like a medicine, on the bottle it is written how it has to be used. Bhagavad Gita is complete whole in itself. Tadavidhi pranipatya. Go, surrender. Pariprashnena, ask question. Offer your service. Upadakshit te jnana jnanena tattvadarshana. You have to go. And then it says something more. Evam parampara praptam. You have to go in parampara. Evam parampara praptam. Imam raja shreya. It has to be taken in parampara. Therefore, in our Bhagavad Gita, right at the end of introduction, we give the Guru Parampara. Because without Guru Parampara, and the book is Parampara Vihina Mantra Nishmala, person will be misled into wrong understandings. Okay? So actually, it needs a great devotee. Even though maybe a physical Parampara, unless a great devotee is there, he cannot give you personal God. He will always talk about separate of mind, because he is on that platform, separating body and matter, so body and soul. He will talk about that. But when a pure devotee you meet, his relation, his sweet relation to Krishna, he will talk about it. Not other person can talk about it. He cannot give you. You should have something. If I have something, I can give. Correct? Bhakta the Hridaya Krishna Hridaya. Kodta. Krishna Kodi. Therefore Chaitanya Bhaktivinoda Thakur say, Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite paro. He said, Krishna is yours, you can give. I am your dog, please give me Krishna. That is how we have to approach great devotees. Then we get Krishna. Then we get personal Krishna. Otherwise, some understanding, God is great, God is powerful. That is okay, available everywhere. But the personality of Krishna, just like I say, this person is principal, this person is there. But that is just a post, it is still impossible. But the personality of the Lord is beyond that. That only known to a great devotee. He can reveal that. Not everybody can. Srila Prabhupada ki